Wanted to share a little in shame that I've been talking about here and there. I just insight came to me that one of the ways I handled shame was that in the past I believed that I was enmeshed with my parents, meaning I couldn't separate their own actions and the consequences of other actions from my own actions and from myself. So in my mind, when they did something shameful, it was my shame. And if my mom did something shameful, it was my shame. My dad did something shameful, it was my shame. But as I'm growing older and I realize that I am separate from them, that they have to answer for the consequences of their own actions, it now becomes a conversation of what am I doing in my own life? What is my own history? What is my own resume looking like? In the area of relationships, how many past relationships have I had? What are the history of those relationships? Is there any evidence that I am living in the trauma that I learned from them? Or is there evidence in my life that I have learned from that trauma and I'm taking steps differently from them? So that's what you do when you are suffering from shame of a society. I mean, we all consciously do it, but we have to be mindful to do it in a way that we are establishing our own ethics and values and core values without putting the other people down. So for instance, some of us will try to walk away from the mind group think that black people are a certain way, and we go all the way to the other side trying to walk away from that. That's what I mean by going to the extreme. What you can do is let your own values, your own core values, your own past history speak to who you are. Like if people look at your past history as a job, they don't care what your mother and father did as a job. While that might get you into the door, let's say your father was a famous surgeon, at the end of it all, your own core values and your own work ethic will determine if you would keep the respect or even earn the respect to begin with. And it's like that in any personal relationship. If you are suffering from shame, especially from shame that from an idea or a group thing of something you cannot control, what you can do is build your own personal resume and core values and live a life that reflects your core values, to show that yes, they did what they did, but this is me. I have established my own self, my own identity separate from them, and this is my past history. This is what I'm capable of, and that's how you handle it. Okay.